Hey everybody, Phil here back again, doing a video this time about health concerns and safety, things that you will or can run into on the job. Um, I'm going to try and stay away from the ones that are more obvious, right? Like falling from height. Yeah, that can definitely happen if you're not careful, you're not wearing the right safety equipment, or if you're not wearing your helmet and something can bonk you in the head. Sure, that's definitely possible. I guess what I'm more wanting to have a video on are the things that you will very likely or almost certainly will run into um, doing this job if you're like me, either older or you don't stretch or maybe you're out of shape or whatever. Things that you'll probably run into within your first year or ongoing. Um, One of the first ones I noticed that I did not expect is tennis elbow. Um, yeah, I've had it in both arms already within the first 5 months. And one thing about tennis elbow that well, at least I'm not a doctor, but one of the things I found online is that you will definitely need to rest it at some point, use an ace bandage, take it easy for it to completely heal. So kind of like when you get it, it kind of naggingly stays there unless you start using the other arm, and then the other arm kind of gets it. So stretching is really important as much as you can, but build up that strength. If you're going to hop into this industry, your grip strength, your lifting, this motion, anything, you lifting a lot of buckets, so a lot of times your arms outstretched and you're holding a heavy bucket even straight down, putting a lot of strain on that elbow area. It gets difficult. I had a foreman or a journeyman, I should say, tell me that he had tennis elbow so bad that he needed two hands on to even use his trowel, just to put mud on a wall. Luckily, I haven't had it that bad yet, but I'm sure that day will come at some point. So the best way to avoid that, besides stretching, I would say, is to make sure you're not like putting too much mud in your bucket where you can, because you're going to be moving a lot of mud for journeymen, a lot of bricks for journeymen. Don't overdo it. Don't try and be some sort of like alpha male carrying way more than you need to, because even if you can lift it, it doesn't mean that your ligaments in your elbow are able to continually lift it. Same thing with your knees. Kind of transitioning to knees for a second. Make sure you buy knee pads right away. There are a lot of reasons to need them. When you go to put your knees down, a lot of times you're not going to see it right away. Maybe something will blend into the environment, and you'll put your knee right on a pebble or a rock, and dear God, I mean, that is, your body will go into instinct mode and try and put you to the side, and hopefully you're not holding anything at the time, because it'll get all over you or fall on you. Your knees cannot hold all your weight plus whatever you're carrying if there's a rock right on your kneecap or on your shin. So knee pads are important. You could even use they sell the little foam boards that you can put where your knees would go. That's another big one. In addition, you can get I'm sure you may have had like crotch rot or something like that up under, and you're up under the chest area or up under your belly or whatever. But I found that I'm continually getting it on my ankles. It's like a sweat-induced fungus, some sort of thing like that. What's worked for me is that medicated body powder. I just dust my ankles, and then I put my socks on over top of that, and then I'll put my boots on. But that area doesn't get a lot of breathing because your boots will typically go over your ankles in hot days. It didn't happen to me during the winter, but it definitely happened to me late spring to now summer. It's just horrible, itchy rash right on the ankles, and it's on both. So cortisone cream will get rid of it as well, but you don't necessarily get many breaks from your ankles. Don't get a lot of time to breathe except for when you get home. Bathe every day. That's huge. Make sure you're clean. I personally would not try and stretch. I didn't work that hard today. I'll just go to work next day and not take a bath that day. Just really keep your body clean, because there's a lot of reasons why you don't want stuff to build up anywhere on your body. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of little things that can build up. I mean, obviously the last one I think is sunburn. I was working out, so I don't know if you could tell. Yesterday was a nice cool day. I thought it would be fine. Didn't wear any sunscreen, didn't have a hat on, and it was cloudy, but I still got burned. So, grab your sunscreen, depending, especially on what climates you're working in. Avoid any major problems where possible. But yeah, if any of you have other weird injuries or health concerns that you come across, please share. Like I say, I'm not doing the big major ones. Like, obviously, if you breathe too much concrete dust, whether grinding or pouring new mud for somebody, you can get mesothelioma, like you damage your lungs. That stuff is kind of taught to you right away. They didn't teach me really anything about the stuff I mentioned, and it's one of the things that you might want to be aware of if you decide to hop in the trade. Even things like hopping down off a ladder from the second rung up or higher, you can definitely pop your Achilles, or it doesn't seem like it's too much, but if you go up and down a ladder a lot, it wears down that area. You're not using it, you're not stretching it as often as you think you might, and it'll cause a major problem. So anyway, yeah, share your thoughts. I'm interested to see if this was helpful or insightful, or if there's any other parts of the job you'd like me to do a video on. So have yourselves a blessed day. Stay built strong. See you later.